Hello, welcome back to Andian Autos Motorsport. I believe this is part 7. I think it's part 7. I'm going to have to check now. Whilst I'm checking, today, this evening, tonight, I'm going to put the crank in and it is part 7. Welcome to part 7, eventually. I'm going to put the crank in and show you some things with that I don't agree with. Probably going to ring the pistons, and that will be part 7. Part 8, I think, will be building the cylinder head up. Now we've already lapped the valves, so we're good for that. We'll put the crank in first. So we have, once I get my tripod sorted out. Yeah, no, not like that. Like that. Block. Crank. Big roundy thing. Just put that on the floor. Now, some things that people do that I do and don't agree with. First of all, they put oil on the bearing, fine, or in my case, drive shaft grease all over it. Assembly lube, and they put the crank in, fine, and then they put lube on top. Okay, fine. And what happens is they let it run around the edges. Yep, this is good. And it runs onto this part of the block. This is not good, because when you put the cap down, you want the cap tightening to this, not to the layer of oil. Now, as in a previous video, we've gone through and we've measured these, and they're sized accordingly to the best of our abilities, and there we go. So why do you want to lift that cap up by clamping onto oil and not onto metal? See my issue? So, oh dear, it's dirty. We take our assembly lube, and when I said this stuff is sticky, if you watch the Unpopular Car series and have seen me put the like brass rings back on, you'll see I actually stuck it with this stuff. This is really sticky. It's going to cling about in there for quite some time. So they're clean, and without a care in the world, now if you do have this pot, this top is pushed in and the hole in the top is far too small. So if you do give it some force, the top's likely to pop out. Word of warning. We're in. Clean hands. Oh, cleanish. Rub that round. Don't be scared. So it's got a nice even film across it all, because when this starts up, hey, this is going to have no oil around it. Like I was saying, the top pops off, as I've done there. And now it's going everywhere. second you say something, it happens. But at least you witnessed it, rather than just me saying it and forcing you to believe it. So I'm now going to get something to wipe my hands on, seeing as they were clean. And we're going to clean that up round there. Not that that specifically matters, but hey, try and wipe the oil off. Wipe the oil round. I call it oil, it's not, it's assembly lube. Right, smear that all the way round, don't care. Try and make it even, try and make it a nice film. Warning, cylinder blocks are sharp. There are casting marks that you will catch yourself on. Now for the moment of truth. When you put this in, lower it down and it will drop in. Now, don't touch anything. Don't turn it. Don't test it. Oh, it goes round. Yeah, we know. Test it once you've got the caps on. Because without the caps on, you're likely for the bearings to spin. So, what I'm going to do is in the cap, please don't pop out this time, we are going to put a very small amount. We're going to smear it round and then we're going to drop it on. Now ready for some camera shake? And whilst we're here, to snug. So now, next one. Again, little bit. Rub it round. Drop it in place. Tap it down. Done. Just a film. No need to go mental. from memory this one was a bit of a git. Yeah, it is. This is the unorthodox one. So now So, before people start jumping up and down and crying and moaning, yes, these are new bolts. We are now tightened down to snug, and hey, it turns over. It's thick, it's heavy, you can feel the resistance of the assembly lube in there. This thing turns really smoothly. And it's consistent. Now if you build this with oil, just your normal 530, 1040, whatever you want to put in it, when you get to this point, you should be able to grab this, spin it, and the thing will spin and continue on spinning. But because I put assembly lube in it, this thing is thick. You can feel it's just it's in there, it's working its way round. I've blown all the oil galleries out, so there's nothing in there. You can turn it with one hand, but you can also feel that there's loads in there, and it's okay. Let me show you this. Now I said I've done the pistons, and I put the pistons in and I lubed them at the top and this, that and the other, and I didn't want to shut that up. I want to open that back up. Right, this is one of the pistons that I oiled up or put assembly lube in. That's well lubed. That's well and truly in there. So, for the first start of this, when there's nothing inside it, there's no oil being pumped up in there, what's going to protect it? What's going to stop a shell spinning? That. Now, I know I haven't torqued these up because there's no white marks on them. Every time I torque something up, put a white mark on it. I haven't got the torque spec with me, so I'm not going to do it. So that'll be a job for tomorrow. I am now I've had a better thought. That's the cranking. The other thing you need to be wary of is down in here, you can't see it so well, you can't see it, there's thrust washers, and they're just half moon jobbies. They look like that. They sit down. The main bearing cap sits on that to stop it spinning round. When you put your foot on the clutch, it puts pressure on the springs and wants to push the crank one way. That is what stops the crank going one way. So when you drop that in, be careful, they are there. I've again stuck mine in with assembly lube, and that's why I had a Presto clamp on it to hold it in place. And basically what I did is clamped it, and the assembly lube took all the air out, and now it's like a little vacuum in there, so it ain't coming out whilst I put the crank in. So we're all good there. I suppose there's nothing else for part 7. It's going to be a short one, but hey, we're getting there. There's progress is being made, which is good. So if you like the little tip, chuck up the video as a like. If you like the content, please subscribe. More will be coming. Thank you for your time and for watching. I'll see you again soon. Ciao.